Retired, you say, with a wink and a grin. But the podcast is rolling, pulling us in. Your compass is love, with your kids as your guide. Charting seas wide, with vision and pride. Julie's here, who adores your spark. The dreamer who lights up the dark. James, you reach the skies no one dares. In your hands the future's caught unawares. That's to know what the hell were you thinking. You laugh as the yacht keeps the daylight blinking. Every day's a quest, not some disguise. With James in the storm, the dream never dies. Tethered lights still flying high. You kiss the stars, but never say goodbye. Not even gravity can pull you down. You're the wild, the wave, the crown. James, you reach the skies no one dares. In your hands the future's caught unawares. That's to know what the hell were you thinking. You laugh as the yacht keeps the daylight blinking. Every day's a quest, not some disguise. With James in the storm, the dream never dies. Rest of us sleep, your heart set on giving, no matter the strain. Building your legacy through love and brain. Julie knows that fire in your soul, the kind that lifts the broken whole. James, you reach the skies no one dares. In your hands the future's caught unawares. That's to know what the hell were you thinking. You laugh as the yacht keeps the daylight blinking. Every day's a quest, not some disguise. With James in the storm, the dream never dies.
Dividend stock test.
Retired, you say, with a wink and a grin. But the podcast is rolling, pulling us in. Your compass is love, with your kids as your guide. Charting seas wide, with vision and pride. Julie's here, who adores your spark. The dreamer who lights up the dark. James, you reach the skies no one dares. In your hands the future's caught unawares. That's to know what the hell were you thinking. You laugh as the yacht keeps the daylight blinking. Every day's a quest, not some disguise. With James in the storm, the dream never dies. Tethered lights still flying high. You kiss the stars, but never say goodbye. Not even gravity can pull you down. You're the wild, the wave, the crown. James, you reach the skies no one dares. In your hands the future's caught unawares. That's to know what the hell were you thinking. You laugh as the yacht keeps the daylight blinking. Every day's a quest, not some disguise. With James in the storm, the
All right, let's get rid of that. Let's go over to that. Let's go down to this. What the heck am I looking at? Get rid of that. That looks good. Got to go to there. Got to go to there. Getting set up. Yeah, that works. And, ooh, haven't signed in yet. Shit. Ah, fuck. Hold on. Ah, shit. Nope, not going to let you see that. Got to log into my account. I think that's it. There it is. All right. One more second. I'll cancel that. Come on. Audio disturbance. Cancel. Keep going. Keep going. Almost ready. How you guys doing tonight? Who do we have? We have Meech May. How's it going? Good evening, Meech May. Jay Breezy. What's going on? Andrew. What's going on, Andrew? And DNZCHK. All right, Dresnick. That works for me, Dresnick. Okay, doing great. So what do we got? Let's move this over this way so I can read these. I can read those. Dresnick. Yeah, good, wonderful. Uh-oh, that turned off. Uh-oh, that camera turned off. Damn. Why the hell did it turn off? Huh. Okay. All right. So who's in the house tonight? We got Frank, Supersonic Toad. No shit. That's a good one. Hey, shit. That's a good one. Supersonic Toad. Like that name. Dave, Buster, JD, Rod. Okay. Blake, Dorothy, David, Manhandle, Tree, MacGyver, Jay Wizzy. Mike, okay, wow, look at all you guys in here tonight. Hi, hello. Ooh. Tree, Vicky, SoFi earnings. Okay, we'll take a look at SoFi. Doing great, wonderful. Sweet Dan, good evening. Move the camera. Sorry. Here we go. All right, there. All right, there we go. All right, who do we have over here? Over here we have Nick, Madam, Andy, Cash Buyer, Art, Cause and Nastra's in the house. What's happening, Cause? JV, Donald, G. Berry, cool name. Captain Capscrew. Uh-oh. SCHD. Gotta love it. Let's take a look at SCHD. First and foremost, good evening, everyone. My name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow, looking for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. How? Well, we're going to progress as we go along, and you'll understand everything before the evening's over. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the wonderful sounds of... No, never mind. So, okay, we want to take a look at SCHD. All right, let's do this. SCHD. Move that over to there. There it is. And there we go. Okay, get rid of that. I'm waiting for it to open up. Come on. What a time to slow down. There we go. Connect. Mirror TV. Loading. There it is. Let's get rid of that. Go right there. And there we have it. All right. So let's do this. SCHD. Woohoo. Alrighty. I don't like SCHD. SCHD. Take a look. Number one, I don't buy anything at the high. So number one, I don't even have to look any further. But, I really want to go down this rabbit hole. SCHD, I hear it all the time. Let's buy SCHD. Well, let's take a look at some really good numbers on SCHD. And it's not my numbers. We can go to Yahoo Finance, and for that, I'm going to need my glasses. Don't get old. It's no fun. It kind of is, but there are some drawbacks. Glasses is one of them. What are we doing? SCHD right there. And what we're going to now is Yahoo Finance. SCHD. And what I'm going to look for specifically is how consistently profitable is SCHD and how many years have they been doing it? All right, because to me, in my situation, I'm retired, so I need to make sure whatever I put my money is going to be safe. And I equate that to historical performance. What do I mean by is the company 2 or 3 years old, or is the company 50, 60 years old, 100 years old? Has it been doing the same thing over and over and has stability? Because when you're on this side of the fence, the retirement side, like you working 30, 40, 50 years of your life to get to that point where you don't have to do anything anymore, well, here it is. How are you going to handle it? Yes, we're going to take a look at it. I just sold all mine. All right, hey, I go with you. But anyway, so SCHD. All right, let's take a look. I want to go as far back as they have. Now, the reason I'm here on the historical performance, looking at the dividends only, because the dividends are a part of the company's profits that they give back to us, the investors. So if I decide to invest in this company, how much am I getting in return for my investment? So let's look at the hard numbers. All right, we're going far back. How far back can we go? Oh, wait a second. Hold up. 2011. So this thing's only, 15 years old? That's it. So it's a 15-year-old company. Lovely. Now let's see how the profits, are they increasing or are they decreasing? What are the profits actually doing? 4, 4.6, 6.8, 6.9, 8, 6, 8. It's not going in my favor, is it? But hold on. 8.6, 6.6. Wait a minute. Didn't that just drop like 20%? Higher, drop 20%. Okay, let's do it this way. Okay, higher, lower. Higher, hold on. Let's see how many times this thing actually ends up not profitable. Now, what I'm not meaning not profitable, but what I'm trying to say is, I don't want to put my money into a company that's not consistently doing better than they did the previous year. I mean, do I really want to put my money where, well, maybe we want to go for less than we made last year? No, I want a company that is consistently increasing year after year after year. So the profits should increase consistently. What do we have over here? Visibility. Okay, whatever. Anyway, so are the profits increasing or are they decreasing? And it's only 15 years of profits. Okay, so we're here. Lower, higher, lower, higher, lower, higher, lower, higher, lower, higher. No consistency there whatsoever. No, it's okay if you're, not reliant on consistently increasing profits and to have stability in your numbers. But at my point, no, I'm not doing it because there are other companies out there that do perform better than this. It's only 15 years old. Strike one. Number two, the profits aren't consistently increasing. And it's not my numbers. This is from Yahoo Finance. You can guys look this up yourselves. It's free information. I'm just pointing it out where I find it. So SCHD, yeah, no, thank you. Sorry. I try to say no to it because it just doesn't do what I want my stocks to do. And I don't buy at the high anyway. I wasn't going to buy it anyway, but I wouldn't buy at the high. Anyway, all right, where are we? So, Captain Capscrew, what do you think? Not consistently profitable. You put your money where you think is best for you. I'm on a different journey. I'm not trying to tell you who's right or wrong. I'm just saying, for me, consistency and predictability in a company that has been around for 50 years or more, I mean, that's where I feel safe. And there are plenty of companies out there that actually do it. Ribbon, are you kidding me? Let's go take a look at Ribbon. Why not? RIVN, RIVN. Alrighty, alrighty. Here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Down, up, down, up. So she's going up from the long view for the last 90 days. Okay, fine. So 17, 18, and the 17s are going for 45. Ooh, nice. That's over 3%. Okay. Let's check it out a little deeper. How consistently profitable is this company? Let's go to Yahoo Finance and see what the numbers look like. RIVN, Riven. No, I didn't spell it right. RIVN. All right, there we go. So what does it come up with right there? Riven Automotive. Dividends. Oh, wait a second. They're not sharing their profits with us. Why are we looking at this? Because let's face it, it's going to happen whether you like it or not, and whether you agree with it or not. You're going to buy something and it's going to go down. So what are you getting when the stock goes down? If they have no dividends and they're not increasing them, what are you getting as the stock goes down? So if you take a company like, say, one of the dividend kings, Home Depot, as the stock price drops, this dividend still increases because their profits increase year after year after year. And I'm not promoting them. I'm just saying the numbers are what they are. Okay, they're not sharing their profits. So what am I getting on the way down? If I plan on holding on to it long term, great, wonderful. But if I'm not increasing my money every year, never mind. Riven's a no for me because they just don't have any dividends. I feel no safety there. For my approach, I have a different approach than you guys do. Boyle Bolin wants to take a look at Ford. Let's take a look at Ford. I love Ford. I do. All right, let's go. Oh my God, I sound like a game show host. Shit. That's not my intention. My intention is to teach, educate, and help you guys out. All right, so Ford, 1442. Okay. Oh, nice. Look at that. The high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at the motion. Up, down, up again. That looks exactly what you'd like it to do. Great. So how do we take advantage of it? Let's take a gander. Okay, so for the last 30 days, that definitely looks good if you like Ford. And it's always going to come down to that very last question before you buy it. Do you like it? And do you want to hold on to it? It's always going to be a you decision. I just look at the numbers. You know, I'm a numbers guy. Hey, if 1 + 1 is going to equal 2, great. I'll take it all day long. I have no problem getting 1% every week. And it's not even 10 minutes a day. All right, so fine. Let's do Ford. Let's do it. Let's see what it looks like. All right, let's get rid of that. Let's go covered call. And we're going to do the 1450. Yeah, right there. And there we go. One contract. Check that out. One contract. Ford. 24 July. That's only like 2 days away. Thursday and Friday. 2 days away. Okay. But that looks like a nice return for just 2 days. If not, we'll take a look at it for next week. What are the numbers? Oh, damn it, that damn calculator. Hold on, I got to find it. It's not like readily available, like right there. There it is. Come on down. There you go. And bring you back up. All right, so first what we're going to do is going to take the profit right there, max profit, $22. I'm going to put the $22 in there. Ooh. Where is it? There you go, $22. And then we're going to divide that. Take the profit of $22. You divide it by what the asset's going to cost you. $1,428 for one contract. Okay, so what's my rate of return? Divide 1428. 1428. 1.5. Now think about it. 1.5's great, but for 2 days? Because if I do this tomorrow, I would be buying it at 1447. and I would be selling somebody the rights to buy it from me at $14.50. That's only 3 cents away. It's a good chance that it could work, but never buy it just because it looks good. Make sure you actually like the company and you're okay with it. But I like Ford. Now, I'm not promoting them. I'm just saying they've been around for over 100 years. Why wouldn't I like them? I don't want to buy them to own them, but I don't mind. Does it make sense? I don't want to buy them to own them. I want to buy them to use them as a weekly cash generating machine. So I'm just going to buy it and sell it within a week and get my 1%. But is it a good company to do that with? That's the decision I have to make. You guys got to make up your own decision. But I like Ford. Okay, right now, $14.47. I buy it for $14.47 and I sell it for $14.50. Oh, before I forget, for those who may not be able to see all this, okay, this screen right here behind me is live on YouTube. So I have a couple of people call me and say, James, I got you on my phone so I can hear and talk to you, but I also sit in front of the big screen TV at home. I got a lot of people telling me they do that. So that kind of makes sense because you probably can't see these little tiny numbers from, on your phone. I'm looking at one of the phones and I can't see it. But it is live on YouTube if you want to look at the numbers and actually see the interaction. Okay, so as I was saying, if I'm buying for $14.47 and I'm going to sell it for $14.50, 3 cents. But is the risk, here's the risk. The risk is 3 cents, number one. If it's over $14.50 on Friday, I get all my money back. But the risk is if it doesn't work, then I get to own Ford stock at that price. So the question is, it's kind of like a 2 or 3 part question. Do I like the company? And the second part of that question is, because it's 2 separate questions, do I like the company? And do I like the company at this current price? Then you take a look at the chart. Is the chart going up? Is the chart going down? Does it make sense? Is that a decision that you got to make? So I like the company. It's been around over 100 years. That's a me decision. You have to figure out your own. But I would love to do this trade. So I'm going to save this one. We're going to save it for pick number 1 for today. Every day we find 5 decent trades that actually make sense. Hold on. Not now. That actually make sense. I'm just showing it to you. I'm not in any way, shape, or form promoting anything. You guys make the suggestions. I just plug in the numbers to show you what the equation is and how easy it should be. Okay, so managing your own money really should be easy if you stick to some very simple rules. Only buy companies that you really, really, really want to own. And then just play with them like a roller coaster. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. Jump on, jump off, jump on, jump off. Take a little bit of a profit. Don't be greedy. Because 1% every single week comes to a 50% return by the end of the year. And if you don't take care of your money, who the hell's going to? Okay, well, let's keep going. So yeah, I'm going to save this one. 1.5 for 2 days. And it's Ford. All right, I don't need that. All right. Here it is. Take a look at that. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, come on. All right, there we go. All right, 1 covered call for 24 July 26. That's in 2 days, 3 days? Tomorrow's Thursday, yeah. 2 days. 2 days. 1.5% for 2 days. If you like Ford. That's that nagging question. If you like it. It's always going to be your decision. I hate when people call me and say, James, you recommend. I don't make any recommendations. I'm just showing you the numbers. That's it. No recommendations. It's entertainment. That's all. Okay? I'm not a licensed anything. I'm a licensed pain in the ass, my mother tells me. So, does it make sense? Number 1. Do I like the company? Number 2. Do I like the company at this price? Number 3. Do I like the company enough to put my own money into, hold on to it, sell a covered call every week, collect the dividends? and collect a premium every single week on a company that I don't mind owning long term. It just makes sense. It's the company. You got to put your money somewhere. So why don't you have control of it? Put them all in one little basket, and whoever's doing the best, take it for a ride that week. And then when they're not doing so good, someone else is going to be doing good. It's the same for 300 or 400 companies I look at. That's it. I don't look at any other ones because they just don't fit what I'm looking for. All right, 1.5 for 2 days. That's crazy, I tell you. 1.5, and this is Ford. Woohoo! All righty. Number 2. Who's got number 2? All right. Whoops. Here we go. All right. Nothing over there. Cesar, what's happening? Okay, what's am I doing? All right, here we go. Ribbon. No. Hey, what's happening? Ribbon. What do we have next? Next. We did Ford. We did Ribbon. Meta. Really? Uh-oh. I like companies that are consistently increasing revenue, earnings per share, and consistent cash flow. Brady, I couldn't agree with you more. Okay, but how many are there? That's one. Awesome. Great. How many are there? Who's keeping track of them? And how consistently are they? All of those criteria. Earnings per share, increasing revenue, consistent cash flow, all that stuff. All that stuff is great. Where's that list? There's 11,497 last I checked, and that was on Sunday. And every Sunday we check and see how many companies are out. This week, 11,497. That's a lot. So, how many are actually fitting that description? Increasing revenue, increasing earnings per share, and consistent cash flow. I like to throw some more criteria in there also. Do they have options? Do they have weekly options? Okay, that list might be huge, but once you start cutting it down to, well, they fit into this category, but do they fit with the options? And do they fit with the weekly options? So how many actually are? I love the criteria, I do. But where's that list? And does anybody have an app that can put that into it and just blurts them all out? These companies do this company do that, this is the projections, and just get rid of all the other fluff. Because possibilities are great, wonderful. I'm not looking for possibilities, I'm looking for probabilities. Nothing's guaranteed. So if I can get as close to a guarantee as possible, that's what I want to do. All right. Do I want to co-host? No, I have no idea who that was. Okay, next conversation. Ooh, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Back to that. And back to that. There we go. Alrighty. All right, what do we have next? SCHD till I die. Yeah, good one. We already did that. That was a no. All right, what else do we have? Okay. Captain Capscrew. Yeah. Like that, Captain Capscrew? Value company dividends. All right, I get that. I do, but I'm looking for consistency. Okay, guys aren't quite there yet. I like 20 years or more would make me feel better. But hey, they're not consistently profitable either. Mike wants to take a look at Marvel. MRVL. We were playing with this one for a while. MRVL. Ooh, doesn't that look pretty? Take a look. Seriously, that does look pretty. Look at it. The top and the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Okay. Up, down, up. Perfect. Look at, she's at $60 last year. Jumps up to $330. And then here's the retracement or the correction or profit. I like to call it profit taking. Because if I bought down here and it's up here, I want to sell. I want to sell here. I don't care. See, I just want profit. But then by the time it hit the high, There's your pullback right there. Now here's your bounce. There's a little bounce right there. That's happening right now. So how do we take advantage of it? Not only that, do we like the company? It's because all these got to fit together. Okay? So let's take a look at it for argument's sake. Marvel, look at the last 30 days. Last 30 days. There it is right there. Ooh, you can really see it now. 30 days ago. Look at that. Beautiful. That's just dropping and back up. It's not a recommendation. It's just pointing out the obvious. I mean, the stuff is free to use. Go use it. It's free. All right. Current price, $210.99. Ooh, take a look at that. After hours is at $217. So it's at $217 now. And the 217s are going for $450. That's over 2%. 2%. Well, let's take a look at that one. All right, let's get rid of this. Oh, jump to the covered call. The 217 right there. What does it look like? There it is. Here's Johnny. One covered call Marvel. 24 October. That's Friday. That's 2 days away. The 217.50 call option. Profit is $492. The investment, cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, 21. Ooh, let's check out those numbers. Calculator, come out, wherever you are. There you go. 492 divided by, what is that? 21. Oops, divided by 21,258. 258. Nice. 2.3% for 2 days. Now, this is all hypothetical, These are the numbers that are here on the platform. It has nothing to do with me. I'm just plugging in the numbers. But look at that. One covered call, 24 July, the 217.50, 492 is the profit, and 21,000 is the investment. Remember, never, ever, ever buy anything that you don't want to own long term. If you don't like it, don't buy it. I'm just giving you an example. This is how easy it should be. Find a list of stocks that you like. Throw in a pool. Hey, who's doing good today? All right, so I'm going to save this one, 2.3%. Yeah. But the question always comes down to, do I really want to own this company? And that's a you decision. You got to figure that one out. All right, so I'm just saving it because it came up. There we go. All right, let's clean up the computer. La. All right, back where we began, and here we go. What was this? I'm on. Don't need glasses for this one. Woohoo, look at that. One covered call Marvel, MRVL, 24 July 26. That's this coming Friday. 217.50 call option. 492 is the profit, max profit. 21,000 is the investment. Now, any investment you're going to make is going to have a risk. So you got to figure out, is this what I want to do with my money? Because you got two choices and only two choices. Who do we have here? Peru, how are you? Nice to see you. You only have two choices when you get to this side of the fence. This side of the fence is the retirement fence, of course. I'm having fun here. But anyway, you get two choices. Do it yourself. Take responsibility for your own money and your own decisions. Or give up the accountability. Let someone else do it for you. All right, so makes sense to me. 1 point, 2 point, I forget what it was. It's written. It's a good thing it's written down somewhere. All right there. And 2.3. Okay. 2.3 for 2 days. Nice. All right, what is this one? Marvel. M-R-V-L. Marvel. Alrighty. Next. That's 2. Is that 2 or is that 3? I don't remember. Crap. All right. 2. There we go. And here we go. What's next? SMR. SoFi. Vicky. I don't think SoFi. Does SoFi have dividends? I should know this one. People ask me about this all the time. SoFi. SoFi. Interesting. If you like SoFi. Okay. Here's your high, your low. Where was it? Where is it? She went up. She came down. She went up. She came down. What's going on right there? Right there is the last 30 days. Yesterday, the day before, the day before, the day before. No, I'm not counting weekends, you know what I mean? Okay? So that's what it's doing. So how do we take advantage of it? Well, number one question, do I like this company? What does the last 30 days look like? Last 30 days would be right there. Well, actually, that doesn't look that bad for the last 30 days. Well, if you like the company, great. Here's the high. Here's the low. Look at the flow. Up, down. Now she's going up again. So do you like it? Do you want to own it? Let's take a look at the numbers. We're at 1707. So let's do the 17s. See what the 17s look like. All right. Covered call. 17 right there. Right there. Here we go. All right. One covered call SoFi. 24 July. That's this Friday. 17 call options. 24 is the profit. 1600 is the investment. Now, always take a look at the investment in whatever makes sense to you. To me, I'm creating a weekly cash producing asset. But is that asset worth my money? Because once I put that money in that asset, that's what I'm using as metaphor. Okay, but for me, it's an asset that creates a weekly cash flow. Okay, I'm never going to sell it for less than I paid for it. It's like when you buy the house next door. If you buy it for $500,000, whether the market goes up or down is irrelevant. You still own that asset. Okay, so I'm creating a weekly cash producing asset, and this is what it's giving me this week. All right, well, if one is this, can I do 10? Can I do 15? Can I do 27? We're all on our own different journeys. What makes sense to you? Okay, does it make sense to you? That's the only person you have to answer to is you. Does it make sense to you? All right, so I'm saving that one. Oh, let's take a look at the calculator. I didn't even bring up the calculator yet. Here we go. So 24 is the profit. Dividing it by the cost of the trade, including commissions and fees. 1676. Divide 1676. 1.4% for 2 days. The nagging question, do I want to own this company? And that decision is your decision. Yay! All right, so I'll save this one. $1.4 for SoFi. Woohoo! All right, let's clean this up. Clean up, everybody clean up. Oh my God, it's like a freaking radio host show. Okay, whatever. Whatever. What's this? All right, what's next? Okay. 1.3 for SoFi for 2 days. One covered call SoFi. 24 July. That's Friday, 2 days away. The $17 call option. $24 is the profit for one contract. One contract. Cost of the trade, including commissions and fees. 1676. 1.3% for 2 days. But do you like the company enough to put your own money into it? And that's a decision you gotta make. 1.2, 1.3. Was it 1.3? Damn it. 1.4%. 1.4%. SoFi. Alrighty, that's number, what was that? 1, 2, 3. 3? What? 1, 2, 3. Alright, number 4. Come on down. You're the next contestant on the Price is Right. Okay. What do we got? All right. SMR. Oh. All right, hold on. I got a question here. I'm kind of confused on like the capital needed for this, etc. Am I buying an option, then selling against it? No, Jake. Okay. Number one, Jake, the trading strategy I'm sharing with you this evening, okay, I don't want you to feel intimidated or anything, was created for my 9-year-old daughter. It's in 2000, wait a minute, was it 2000? Shit. 2008. Okay. In 2008, my 9-year-old daughter says, Daddy, can you teach me? So to teach a 9-year-old how to invest in the stock market, it had to be simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. So it took me a while to come up with a strategy specifically for her. And that's what I'm giving away today. Never pick anything you don't want to own. Never sell at a loss. Make sure the company's profitable. Weekly options, and then make sure the numbers are working in your favor. That's all it is. Pick good quality companies. Make sure they have weekly options. As long as it's a company you are interested in owning long term. Well, this is an added bonus to it. Okay, so I go from one company to the next, to the next, to the next, not because I like one or dislike the other. It's just their turn. That's it. Take a look at any chart of any company. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. That's all they do. Well, if you're looking at it as in a full year, like 12 months of the year, like how do I plan out my year? Because it's your money. Your money is the only. Now, I'm not saying money is the only thing in life. Money plays the point in the part in which money plays. Okay, so in that era, to know what to do with it, so that as Forrest Gump would say, well, good, one less thing to worry about. That's all it is. Money is just one less thing to worry. One less thing to worry about. That's all it is. So if you knew how to get 50% every single year safely and predictably, why the hell not? But it's a very small part of your life. It's not the most important thing, but it does have its importance in the department in which it represents, if that makes sense. Okay? All right, where are we? Thanks, I'm selling my SCH. Cesar, that's funny. Hey, James, good evening from New Jersey. Yay, Jay Breezy. Okay. How old should a company be in business to meet one of the criteria? Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, that's a good question. How many years should a company be in existence, profitable? Because there's a difference between the two. You can have a company that's been in business for 100 years and losing money every single generation. Or you can have a company that's been in business for 100 years and every single year they make more money and they consistently grow year after year after year for 5 decades. That's 50 years. That's the top we have to offer here in America. We call them the Dividend Kings because they consistently grow their profits for more than 5 consistent decades. That's the best of the best. And then you go backwards. Well, the second best is the Dividend Aristocrats. And then below them are the Dividend Champions and the Dividend Contenders, so on. Then they're all ranked by how consistently profitable year after year after year are they. So there's a list. Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, blah, 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 blah. And what roles having a dividend plays to show me its growth? Okay, all right. You're misinterpreting what we're looking for, okay? I'm 62. I'm not looking for companies to grow. I'm looking for companies that consistently grow. Not possibility, probability. You know, back to that elementary school, language. You know, it's very similar, possibility, probability. Anything is possible. You know, it could be a 3-year-old company, and they could possibly increase year after year after year for the next 100 years. That's possible. Now, don't get me wrong. You got it? So the companies I look at are consistently profitable for at least 2 decades. Okay, we get 11,497 as of this week companies on the stock market. So how many of them are consistently profitable? Now, don't listen to me because I have a very small niche. My niche is I want consistent, predictable profits. Just 1%. So I'm a very small niche person. All right, but thank you. You get it. Thank you, Breezy. All right, SNDK. Ooh, Sarah, is 1% weekly ROI good? Sarah, it really depends on where you are in your financial life. Okay, are you like a teenager just starting out, where risk is everything because you want to get rich quick and you want to retire early, or are you like the middle age? Now, by middle age, I mean 20s to 30s, where you're just starting thinking about starting a family and building a family, and then you're more still risky, but not as. So the risk factor gets down. The older you get, the less risk you want. So is 1% a week ROI good? It's all in the perception. It's going to take a little bit of work. I do mine about 5 to 10 minutes a day. Take a look at my account. Ask myself 5 questions. What did I buy? What did I sell? Where is it? Where's it going? What should I do? It takes me less than 5 minutes just to take a look at my own positions. That's it. 5 minutes a day, and it comes to 1% a week. That's not a lot if you think about it, but look at it from my point of view. All right, I'm retired, so I have more than 6 digits. Okay, so 6 digits is 100,000 or more. At 60-something years old, you should have 6 digits after contributing to society for decades. This is my golden years, so fine. So 1% of that, let's just say $100,000. That's 6 digits, $100,000. 1% a week is $1,000 a week. Okay? Now, $1,000 a week may not be a lot to some of you, but do the math in your head. Okay, whatever you scale you're on, add that to it. But I'm going to give you simple numbers to make the arithmetic easier. So if I have 100,000 in my account and I get 1% every week for 5 or 10 minutes of my time a day, by the end of the week, I put in 1 hour of effort into my money. And my money, my $100,000, made me $1,000. So the value of my time in this instance is $1,000 an hour. So when you look at it that way, is 1% ROI good? It's all in the perception. Do you want more? Well, if you want more, you have to put more in. If I'm putting in 10 minutes a day, that's an hour a week. Well, if you put in 20 minutes a day, hypothetically speaking, you should do twice as good as me. Okay, effort could equal return. You put effort in, you get a return for your efforts. So for my 1 hour a week, I get 1% of my account. If it's 100,000, it's 1,000. It's $1,000 an hour. That works for me. Okay, so manage my own money. All right, I'm kind of confused on the capital needed for this example. Am I buying the option and selling it against it? No, we're buying the stock first on a good quality company. Then we're selling the option against the position we just bought on a company we wanted to buy anyway. Okay, we're not picking companies out of the stock market. We've already done that. The first step is deciding to do it first. That's number 1. Take responsibility for your own money. That's number 1. Step number 2, organize your stocks, the ones that you like. Okay, if you have X amount of dollars, you can put X amount here, here, and here, and here. Well, what companies do you like? Which ones make sense to you? There's 11,497 companies this year, this week. I shouldn't say this year because it changes every week, but this week. Well, how many's going to be next week? You can't keep an eye on all of them. Figure out what makes sense to you. Where do you feel safe putting your money? Don't think about how much money you have. All you're doing is looking, I like that company. I like window shopping. Okay, growing up, we used to have what's called the wish book, the Sears and Roebuck's catalog. We used to get, I want that. I like that. We used to call it the wish book because that's what we wished for. It's the same thing. If you like Sanders, great. If you like SpaceX, great. Other companies you like, just put them in a group. And those are the only ones you ever look at. Don't pay attention to anything else. There's so much out there, you get so freaking confused. Just pick the companies you like. For me, Dividend Kings, companies that have consistently increased their profits for over 5 decades. Dividend Aristocrats, companies that have consistently increased their profits for 25 years. Okay, Dividend Contenders, companies that have consistently increased their dividends, their profits, 10 to 24 years. Consistently increasing their profit. It just makes sense. That's where I want to put my money. So why would I look at everything else? So I'm only looking at about 350 companies out of all that 11,400, whatever. Okay, there's plenty out there. If it doesn't fit what you're looking for, throw it out. But if you like it, put it in your roster, put it in your calendar. Okay, this is the company I like. And then just look what it does year after year. Why not spend 5 or 10 minutes a day on your own money, learn how to invest your own money, and then just let the money take care of itself? How much do you need to live comfortably? What's your goal? What number do you need on a weekly basis? Stop thinking annual basis. I need to make 100,000 this year. No, you don't. How much do you need this week? You're an adult. You should know for every single month, I got this for my mortgage, my rent, whatever. This is my insurance. As an adult, you should know those numbers. We shouldn't have a need to go over those numbers. You should know what they are. If you know what you need to bring in every single week, and you can get 1%, what is that number? If you need $1,000 a week, well, that's $100,000. How far away in your retirement are you from 100,000? Because 100,000 would be $1,000 a week at 1% per week. Okay, you get 200,000. Well, that's $2,000 a week. I mean, the numbers are nice, but can you consistently put the time and effort into it? And that's a you question. What else we got here? Lucky! Okay. Do you yourself add the dividend stock to the calendar, or is it populates up? Oh, no. On Thinkorswim, I create my own. We were just talking about that. I create my own lists. So I take all the lists that I have. My glasses. Oh, let's go there. Let's go calendar, and let's go here. Now this one's self-populating right here, this list. And it's already preset in Thinkorswim. Now none of this is mine. This is Thinkorswim. This is by Charles Schwab. I wrote a book, 15, 20 years ago, Choosing the Right Trading Platform. This is what I found 20 years ago. I just love it that they haven't changed anything in 20 years. I think it's freaking awesome. Because I grew up in that generation. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it's working fine, leave it alone. Think about it. That just makes sense. Why do you have to mess with everything? So yeah, this thing has been about the same for the last 20 years. Nobody's ever changed it. It went from Tom Sosnos, who created the company. Then it got bought out by Ameritrade. And then Ameritrade got bought up by Charles Schwab. Now Chucky owns this. Don't get me wrong, I love it. It's one of the best platforms I've ever used. So how do you add the new stocks to the calendar? Good. Lucky we're getting to that right now. All right. To add it to the calendar, you're going to go back to this side. Got to get rid of this. I got the lights flashing in my eyes. What are we doing here? All right, to the watch list. Hold on. Right here, to the watch list. All right, way up the top left corner. So you go to the watch list. And it's a create watch list right there. Create watch list. Click on that. Enter whatever you want to put the name. My dividend stocks, July, whatever. Okay, and then you just import them. You can put them in, add them one at a time, or you can import them through a CSV file. Oh my God, I sound like a freaking, damn it. Anyway, that's as easy as that. I mean, this thing, I love this. I've been using it for 20 years. It's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. All right, so that's how we added to it. Let's get rid of this. Where was I? All right, there I was. There I am. Oh, come on. All righty. I'm kind of confused on the capital. No, all right, good. SanDisk. Ooh, Kimberly Clark. Joe Schmo. Joe Schmo wants to take a look at Kimberly Clark. First of all, we want to get to there. KMB. Ooh, what's going on here? All right. Hi. Hello. was it? Where is it? Down, up, down, up, down. What's going on right here? 109. The 109 is going for 85. Nope, that's not even what. We don't really need to look any further. Can remember rule 5? Make sure all the numbers work. If I'm buying it for this price, selling it for this, I'm only bringing in less than 1%. Then it's like, next. Well, that's for me, because the numbers just aren't there. Sorry. We already looked at Marvel. SpaceX. Now, see, I'd love to get on that board with SpaceX, but it's only not even a year old yet. Captain Capscrew says, I still don't understand. Oh, okay. I'm not quite sure if I should run down this rabbit hole or not. QQQI, JEPI, GPIQ. Let's take a look. Because I kind of want to say, no now, but I just want to take a look at the numbers and show you what the numbers actually look like. No. Right off the bat, I don't have to see anything else. I don't do monthly options. Okay? No to monthly options. Number one, where's it going to be in 30 days? You think trying to figure out where it's going to be in 5 days is difficult. Yeah, where's it going to be in 30 days? And then, what's my rate of return? Well, it's just simple math. Okay, I very rarely get, well, what are we offering here? All right, it's at 54.35. So the 55 is going for 65 cents. The $55 stock is going for 65 cents option for 4 weeks. Can anybody see the problem with that? That's not 1% a week. Very rarely will I ever get a monthly optionable stock that will give me 4%, and then I'll know where it's going to be magically in 30 days. I don't do monthly options because I don't have, well, that's weird, because it's a funny thing. I sound like a hypocrite, because when weekly options first came out like 20 years ago, I said, oh, hell no, those are too risky. Until I actually learned, like, you figure out how long it takes you to realize this one. Until I actually learned that time is passing anyway. Why are you fighting it? And you can only live 1 day at a time. So a weekly option makes sense, because I make my decision on Monday morning, and by Friday afternoon, I know if I was right or if I was wrong. I'm terribly sorry, but the way I grew up, I don't want to pussyfoot around anything. Either I'm right or I'm wrong every single Friday, because every single Monday is a whole new week. And it's like, let's go to the races. Who's going to win first? Who's going to win second? So on and so forth. I really don't care. I won't go for the safe bet, the 1% a week. It's not a lot of money, but it's very little effort for very little return. So there's the equation right there. Remember, you don't want to pay attention in math class, that algebra? Yeah. If this is what I'm doing with my time, and this is what it brings me, if I learned more, how much more could I make? So anyway, I sound like an idiot. Let's go to the next one. Basically, no, because I don't do monthly options. It's very difficult to figure out where's it going to be in 30 days. Also, that doesn't give me the right numbers. I want 1% a week, and this is not giving me 1% a week. And very, 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 very rarely does a monthly optionable stock ever give me 1% consistently every single week. So no, no, no. Next. Learn to say next. There's 11,497 companies out there. Okay, we don't all see the same thing. How long do you hold stocks for? Preferably a week. The longest I ever held a stock was 18 months. But look at it this way. I held it for 18 months because every single week it gave me more than 1%. So think about it. I bought it at 18, and every single week I made 1% for 18 months. I'd still have it today, but they went private a while ago. So it's like, damn, lost that pony. And that was a good pony ride, it was. I have a whole list of them because a good company will stay around and the profits will be there consistently. So why not use a good quality company that you don't mind owning long term? Throw it in the ring, take it for a ride. When it's done, put it on the side, let it catch its breath, and then throw it back in the ring again. Once it starts to rise, jump on, take it for a ride. It's like every single week, the list starts over again because it's 13 weeks in every quarter. First quarter, January, February, March. Second quarter, April, May, June. Third quarter, July, August, September. Fourth quarter, October, November, December. They all have 13 weeks. So I look at these stocks on week number 1. I look at these stocks on week number 2. It's childish, but it was created for a 9-year-old, in 2008. It's that easy. These are the ones I like. This is when I want to look at Ford. This is when I want to look at Visa. This is when I want to look at Microsoft. Because if you're planning it out, and year by year by year, and don't kid yourself, you're getting older whether you like it or not. You either get control of your finances or, hey, just let it happen, okay? If you take a look, it looks confusing too at first, but once you realize what you're looking at and then you simplify it, hold on, okay? That is not 365 days. That's 1 year, which just so happens to be 365 days. So if you take every question you have in your head and compartmentalize it, this is not 365 days. This is 1 year. Big difference, because you think it's 365. No, it's just 1 year. Okay, so great. What does the 1 year tell me? It tells me here's the high of the year, here's the low of the year, here's where it was a year ago, here's where it is now, here's the motion of the ocean. It's not that difficult to see what the stock is doing, what the people are thinking about it, because we create this mess. We buy, we force the stock up. We sell, we force the stock down. That's all it is. It's up, down, that's all it does. It doesn't come to the house and cook your dinner. It goes up, it goes down, that's all it does. So you take all the companies you like and you just give it a number. Look, this is when she shoots up. Great. This is when I want to look at it. Oh, look, this is where she goes up. This is when I want to look at it. And you put it into the calendar. And then when it pops up, it's like, all right, now it's time to look at this one. It's actually as easy as that. You like it or you don't. The numbers make sense or they don't. QQQ doesn't work for me. I don't do monthlies, number 1. And number 2, I saw the consistency of the profits. It's not consistently increasing. Okay, so I always look at the numbers because numbers don't lie. I don't care what the colorful pamphlet says. Anyway, no to QQQI. Michael, SanDisk, really? Do I look like that crowd? Reason why I say that, SNDK. Yeah. When I say, do I look like that crowd, to do one covered call on SanDisk is $160,000 for one contract. Sorry, I was born dirt ass poor. Ain't no way am I buying a stock for, I don't care who it is, for $1,600. That's the wrong ball game for me. Hey, I'm being honest with you. I would never. That's me though. If you got the money, fine, you do it. To do one contract, $160,000. Think about it. I don't have to do one. But do I want to put all my money on one pony? Okay, so how much money do you have? And then how much should you allocate for a trade like $160,000 for one trade? How many of those can you do? Anyway, besides the point. Let's take a look at the numbers anyway, because I'm kind of curious. I mean, I know I'd never do it, but what is the flavor of this Kool-Aid? 1600. Okay, so it's at 1635. Alrighty, let's see what it looks like. No. I want to do the covered call. 1635. Right there. This is what she looks like. One covered call, SanDisk. 24 July 26. That's this coming Friday, 2 days away. The 1,635 call option. 58.80 is the profit. 157,000 is the cash layout for one contract. So, fair is fair. Let's take a look at the numbers. Calculator, come out wherever you are. Okay, 5880 divided by 157,620 equals 3.7%. That's a hell of a lot better than what I'm doing, 3.7%. Let's save it. SanDisk. If you play in a bigger sandbox, you get bigger rewards, apparently. Guess I'm going to aspire for that one. All right. Let's take a gander. Let's get rid of this. Clean up, everybody clean up. All right. Yeah, look at that. That's not, whoops, you're not seeing it. I'm going to show it to you in a second. All right, here we go. SanDisk. One covered call, SNDK, SanDisk, 24 July 26. That's this coming Friday, 2 days away. The 1635 call option. 58.80 is the profit. 157,620 is the investment. If you got it. If you like the company. If it makes sense to you. Interesting, right? So, 3.1%. One more. What do we got? What do we got? Here we go. Oh, remember I told you I was going to show you? Take a look at the last 30 days for SanDisk. Okay, hit the high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at that. Up, down. Look at that nice bounce. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The 30-day bottom. 3 days up. Oh, there's your 2 days up. Third day today. Woo, look at that. Nice. Too rich for my blood, but it still looks good. Jay Breezy, Clorox. Clorox is a monthly, isn't it? James, how do you adjust the account number on the paper trading so that it reflects the amount other than default? Oh, I think you might actually have to give them a call on that one, because usually they're all preset on the paper trading account. As far as I remember. Now, I set mine up decades ago, so I'm not 100% sure how it is now. Okay? Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's a quick phone call, like customer service. Clorox, you say. Jay Breezy wants to take a look at Clorox. CLI. Now, don't get me wrong, Clorox is a dividend king. 5 decades of increased profits. I mean, that doesn't look bad at all, bouncing off the bottom here, going up, but it's a monthly optional stock. Okay, August, September, October, January, those are months of the year. Monthlies don't work for me, so that's going to be a no. Sorry. You got it? All right. I hope you don't leave the house in those outfits. You should see some of the crazy stuff I wear. Only because I think it's fun. Because I take my part serious in life. And my part in life is to be an extra that people remember. Because think about it. The people you bump into, in the future, there's just going to be a minor blip on the screen. But if that person is flamboyant, outrageous, courageous, strange, interesting, different, it's more of an impact. So my job is create impacts in other people's lives. So I create space in their mind for the future through a wacky, what do you call that? I don't want to call it a God complex type scenario, but I want to, present positive messages out. So when people think back, say, oh, yeah, I remember that, and then think of it in a positive way because I'm learning something valuable. Anyway, how long to hold stocks? 30. I don't like to hold them more than 30 days. Wrapped. Oh, Rapplegate. Oh, yeah, Jay Breezy. All right, thank you. Cool in a minute. You dropping gems out of here. Surprise more people not taking advantage of it. Hey, I'm in no big deal. It's just I enjoy doing it. Until I no longer enjoy it, I'm going to keep doing it because I think it's fun. All right, so what else? Other questions we got? John. Where are we? All right, got that one. AT&T. Redwire. Evan wants to take a look at Redwire. Did we look at Redwire last night? RDW. Let's try that again. RDW. Well, no, that's definitely interesting. High, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, up, down, up, down. Look at it bouncing right off of there. Get the high up here at 27. Drops down to 8. Now she's bouncing up. That could be advantageous. Let's take a closer look. But before we take a closer look, what do those numbers look like? All right, interesting. Or is it? Hold on a second. 913. So the 950 just, okay, 1%. Okay, the number's there. Let's zoom in a little closer. Zoom in, get a little closer. Now don't be shy. All right, there we go. Ooh, look at that. Doesn't that look pretty? 30 days? Look at that. 30 days ago, what was that, Friday? 30 days ago is the high. Friday is the low. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 1, 2, 3. Depending on what you're looking at, because the higher bottoms definitely going up. But today had a lower closing. So how do you count it? Do you count it as going up? Or you take that as adversity? Interpret the way you want to, but that is definitely a bounce. But how high of a bounce is it going to be? And is that enough information for you to make your decision? I'll be kind of curious to see what happens tomorrow morning. Be patient. There's always another trade. So when I first started, oh my God, I'm really that old. When I first started, it's like I wanted to do the trades because I wanted to do it because I wanted to get rich quick. And then still doing it 30 years later, not quick. Consistent and comfortable. I enjoy doing it. So it gives me something to do that I'm retired. All right, so let's take a look at it. All right, all right. The covered call. Here we go. The nines. I like a nice safe trade. All right, here we go. I don't know. 17 is the profit. 888. Well, let's take a look. One covered call, red wire. 24th of July. That's only 2 days away. But here's an interesting question. This trade is 2 days away. Well, if I did a weekly option for next week, that's 10 days away. So if I like the company, I could take this rate of return for this week, 2 days, or take the rate of return for next week at the same strike price, depending on, do the numbers make sense? Because it's always going to be a numbers game. Do the numbers make sense? It's yes, no question. Do they make sense? All right, so one covered call, red wire, 24th July. That's this coming Friday. The $9 call option, profit 17. The investment, cost of trade, including commissions and fees, 883. Let's see what those numbers look like. Okay, 17 is the profit. 883 is the investment for this particular trade. So 1.9%. Well, that's a nice number. Think about it. If I buy it at the current price, $9.12, I sell it. Here's a good one. This one always gets me. It really does. See if you can understand it. Listen closely. I'm going to buy it for $9.12. I'm going to sell it for less than I paid for it, $9, using the covered call. I'm going to walk away with the profit of $17. It's not a lot, but listen to the numbers. The profit is $17. The investment is $883, and that's for 2 days. So if it goes through, remember, don't do this unless you like the company you're playing with. Okay, I'm in the sandbox with our red wire. Do I like the company enough to buy the shares regardless of the situation that comes out here? So that's always a question. Do you like the company? All right, so for one contract, I get 1.9% for 2 days. 2 days, not a week, not a month, not a year. Almost 2% for 2 days. If it makes sense, if you like the company, and understand the risks involved. When you put your money into it, you put the money into it because you want to, because it makes sense to you. Okay? Never listen to some bonehead on TV or radio, TikTok, whatever channel. Like we're streaming on 13 channels. Who do we have here? Alexandria, how you doing? And Aiden, is that right? All right, Aiden. All right. Next question. Okay, no questions there. Hello, Alexandra. Questions? Ooh, Kevin wants to take a look at. Wonderful, thank you. Kevin wants to take a look at Macy's. Ooh, Macy's is one of my favorites. One of my favorites. Back to that. Macy's, what are you... All right, let's do this. Weird. Talking about Macy's, getting excited about that. That's just crazy. Ooh, nice. Take a look at that. Now, did you see my reaction to not even 2 seconds? Well, you should be able to see everything within 2 to 3 seconds once you understand what you're looking for. Well, all this is a chart. That's all. And it's easy to see the high. It's easy to see the low. It's easy to see where it was. It's easy to see where it is. And you look like a snake in the grass. Where is it going? Okay, it's clear to see that it's going up. Does that make sense? And how long did it take you to see that? In reality, high, low, was, is, look at the motion. It should only take you 2 or 3 seconds. Well, great. Well, then the next 2 or 3 seconds, you're looking at this right here. Well, that's a perfect spot. Look, here's the high, drops back a little bit. Now she's bouncing back up again because that's what stocks do. Stocks go up. People take profits. When people take profits, stocks come down until they're done going down and they turn around and go back up again. it's easy to see once you know what it is you're looking at, and that's not difficult. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Where is it going? Simplify it. Don't make it so complicated. Okay, it was created for a 9-year-old. Remember, my daughter was 9 years old. She said, "Daddy, can you teach me?" So this is what I taught her. All right, Kevin, Macy's, love it. Let's see what the numbers look like. Let's zoom on in. Right there. Last 30 days. Tell me you can see that. See, you cannot not see it. I love the double negative. You cannot not see it. You cannot not see it. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Well, it's definitely going up. That's what it looks like. Is that enough information for you to make your decision? Okay. Is it? That's a question you have to ask. Well, if so, what am I buying? 24.33. The closest strike price would be the 24.50. And it's going for 23, just a tad below the 1% that we're looking for. But is it close enough to take that leap? Okay, it's 23, and we're looking for 24. It's only off by 1 penny. Should we do it? Let's do it. Let's see what it looks like. I love Macy's. It's one of my favorite companies. Like, it's very challenging to be able to buy that kind of, what do you call that? Longevity, historical performance. I mean, over 100 years old, always doing, okay, anyway, not an ad for Macy's, I'm just saying. All right, let's get rid of this. And we're going to do the 24.50. 24.50, there it is. And there it is. Let's take a look at it. Right, one covered call, Macy's. 24 July, that's this coming Friday, 2 days away. The 24.50 call option. 44 is the profit. 2400 is the investment. Now ask yourself, is this the kind of weekly cash flowing asset I want? Do I like this company enough to put my own money into? Well, that's an honest question. You either like it or you don't. All right, what's the calculators telling me? 44 is the profit divided by the investment or the cost of the trade, including commissions, fees, 2406, comes out with a rate of return 1.8% for 2 days. Yeah, say it with me. If you like the company, yeah. If you don't, then just pass. Say, no, next. Get used to saying next. Okay? If you like the company, great. Put it on the roster. It looks good this week or it doesn't. Next. Doesn't mean you're not going to look at it again next week, because as long as you just keep track of the stocks that you like, because they do the pattern year after year. They have a high, they have a low. Well, just look at it. Where is it going? It's either going up or it's going down. It's not that difficult. Anyway, 1.8. Now let's save this one. 1.8 is great. Isn't that, wait a minute, that's 6. 6? How did we get away with 6 tonight? We're going to take questions next. No more stocks. No more stocks. No stocks for you. Oh, wow. I sound like a game show host. Maybe I'll be a game show host. Now come on, prizes next. All right, here we go. One covered call, Macy's. 24 July 26. That's this coming Friday, 2 days away. The 24.50 call option. $44 is the profit. 2,400 is the investment. Never, ever, ever buy anything you don't want to own. If you don't understand it, don't buy it. If it doesn't make sense, don't buy it. If it just doesn't fit what you're looking to do, don't buy it. It's not that difficult. Next, get used to saying next. I mean, don't throw them away as like never, ever, ever. Just like, not this week. That's it. Just not this week. I'm going to look at you again when the chart looks better, but not this week. Okay? But I only do that with about 300 companies. So out of 11,000, only about 300 is the ones that I like, because they do what I want them to do consistently. All right? So I'm at that point in my life where I don't want, I don't want to swing for the fences anymore, baseball terms, I want it simple, easy. All right, so I'm going to say this one. What was the percentage again? 1.8? Was that right? 1.8, yeah, okay. 1.8. Ooh. Don't do that. All right. Here we go. 1.8 for Macy's. All right. So let's do some call-ins. Yeah, let's put the phone number up, and we'll open up the phones and we'll chat away. Chat away, chat away, chat away. All right, we don't need this anymore. All right, we found our 5 for the evening. Yay! Ooh, Kevin, Alcoa. Yeah, we'll look at Alcoa next. Let me get comfortable here. All right, get rid of that. Get rid of that. Go back to that. Go back to this, because I know someone's going to ask me something. We're going to need it again to pull it up. Who do we have here? Who do you love? Who, baby? Who do you love? Anthony. How you doing, Anthony? All right. Housing crisis. Not quite sure what that means. All right, where are we now? Alcoa, you say. Alcoa. Alcoa. Good company. It's been around for a while. Oh, nice. Do you see that? It shouldn't take you long. Once you know what you're looking for, it's not difficult. The high, the low, look at the motion. Right there. That's what's going on right now. Coming down from the high. There's the bounce right there. Easy to see. Easy to see. See that? 30-day high, 30-day bottom. 1, 2 days right there. 1 day, 2 days. Okay? If you like the company. I like the company. It's not an endorsement. I'm just saying. It's like, it's obvious. Let's look at the... Oh, no. You almost tricked me into looking at another one. So what else do we got? But it looks good. Rapplegate, can you explain how you time your trades with the EX dates? Oh, that's really a question. All right, Rapplegate, you ready? Let's get rid of this. Once you put your stocks into your watch list, okay? Once you put your stocks into the watch list, just click on the sunshine right there. Window opens up. See where it says personal? That's your personal lists right there. And that tells you the stocks in the list that you create. You give the list a name. Anytime you want to look at the list that you created, it pops up. It's right there. Oh, it's almost like a half a Christmas tree. It's missing on the red. Anyway, hope that makes sense. Already feel very thankful for everything you share without even telling people what to do. Thank you there, sir. Let's keep on going. What else do we got? Who else do we have in the building? We have Jenny Olson. MH Powder. Did you do... Oh, how much powder did you do in the 80s? None. Was that weird? None. David. How you doing, David? He buys from EX Date with weekly options. There you go. Thank you, Alexandra. Jenny Olson. FAM. What the hell is FAM? FAM. FAM. FAM has no options. No, well, no options. No, thank you. Sorry. What do you think about CC? CC. That carnival. No, wait a minute. CC. What the hell is CC? Oh, Chemers. Ooh. You see that? That like stands out like a sore thumb, doesn't it? Check out the high. She drops down, makes this bounce. Is that this week? Right there. Nice. Let's zoom into that one. Okay, you cannot not see that. You like that double negative? You cannot not see that. The high, she drops down, bouncing right there. That looks good. Nice call. Nice call. Did you ever teach finance ed? No. You remind me of my old professor. I don't know if that's good or bad. But thank you there. BKNG. What is BKNG? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Wow. All right, there we are right there. BKNG. Brother wants to look at BKNG. BKNG. What the hell is that? Okay, I'm lost. What is this? BKNG. Bookings Holdings. Oh, okay. It's going to be no. Okay, just by the look at it. You know, it's... Do I really need to get up for this one? Okay, the high, the low, where was it? Where is it? You can see the pattern. Right? And you can see she's starting to come down right there. I'm not saying no, never, ever, ever. It's just that I don't really know the company. But by looking at this, no, I'm not trying to pick one company over the other. I honestly could really care less. Isn't that weird? I could care less. They're either profitable or they're not. I don't get into politics. I really don't care what they think or what they do. If they consistently be profitable, am I okay with that? Okay, that's always going to be a decision you have to make for yourself. You either like the company or you don't. All right, next, BKNG. Next. Easy Nick. What's going on, Easy Nick? Nice to see you. I tried to sell a covered call on CC today, and it didn't fill. Oh, back to Chemers again. Okay. Okay, so today, ooh, nice movement today. Look at that. Okay, so I don't know the whole picture, number one. Okay, the whole picture is, what did you buy it for? What did you sell? Where's the stock right now? Where's it going? You know, and what does the chart look like? I like to see the whole picture. Okay, you're in an 18.4778. Okay, did you sell the option on it? And which option did you sell? You know, all parts of the equation. Oh, you know what? It's phone call time. Let's open up the phone lines. Open up the phone lines. 727. Ooh, that's not going to work. That'd be weird if my phone started ringing from someone who watched before and wrote the number down. It's the same number every night. 727. 543. 9418. Phone lines open. Yay! All right, so where were we? Hertz. Ooh, Jay Marshall. I have me some Hertz too. What are my Hertz doing? HTZ. Ooh, look at that bounce. Doesn't that look lovely? Right there. Ooh, nice. Let's zoom into that one. Okay. Nifty. You got the high up here at 550 and the bottom down here at 170. Now she's bouncing off that bottom, but is that the actual bottom? Because today's only one day up. She's just bouncing off that, going up. Nice. If you like Hertz. Well, I have a bunch of Hertz myself, but that's not a promotion. It's just, you know, it is what it is. All right. So, Hertz. Hertz. Okay, let's get rid of this. Covered call. It's at 198 now. So what's the $2 one looking for? The $2. And there's the numbers right there. $11 and the contract's only $189. and people complain that they can't find any trades. Covered call on her. It's $189 per contract. But what is the profit on that one? For 2 days, all right, 11 divided by 189. Oh, 5.8. Kind of makes me wonder, should I look at that one tomorrow? I don't want to be greedy or anything, but, you know, hey, numbers are what the numbers are. That's a nice pick. Uber. Marshall wants to take a look at HT. Oh, we just looked at that one. 14 strike was the play Monday. Okay. Gold. Evan, gold. I'm going to say no to gold. No, I'm not saying no to gold if you're in the position to buy gold and have it not be an issue. Okay, because there's a huge difference between using your money to make money or taking your money and storing or guaranteeing the wealth of it, because that's what gold does. It's a storage of wealth. It doesn't actually give you a weekly return. It doesn't help you pay your bills. Okay, don't get me wrong, gold has its place. It's just that where are you in your financial point of your life? So does it make sense to you? To me, no, because I don't get a return on gold. And I've been around long enough to see some weird stuff going on with the gold market. And I'm talking about the 80s. Yeah, a lot of people have a tendency to negate the future or the past. Sorry, the past of gold, because gold went from $250 an ounce to $800 an ounce, and the people who bought it at $800 an ounce had to wait 3 decades just to break even. Did you hear that? Had to wait 3 decades just to break even. So look at the chart for gold now. It almost looks the same. So what's around the corner? Now, is that a game that you want to play? You're either right or you're wrong. So I don't do gold anymore, but that's a decision for me. You got to figure out your own decisions. But no gold for me. Sorry. Kali, what's happening, Kali? Hello. Hello. Okay, 9:40. Wow, we got 20 more minutes to go. Okay, so what else do we have? Questions. Oh, California's calling. Hello.
Hello.
And how are you today?
I'm well. How are you?
Delightful. And who are you?
This is Robert.
Hey, Robert. How you doing today?
I'm good.
I almost feel like a DJ, Robert. It's kind of like a fun, like a childhood fantasy. Go on, Robert. You're on the air. Tell me.
You got all these monitors you're working.
I don't know. It's I could do it with just one, but you know what? I am a child. I never grew up, so I want toys all around to me because it makes it look cool for me. You know, it doesn't do anything for you guys. It's just, you know, this is just for me because I enjoy it. Anyway.
There's a name for that. It's something like
self-aggrandizing.
Oh no, having all the screens around you. It's not a workstation. It's anyway, I can't remember.
I don't know, but it eases me to have someone to talk to, even if that someone to talk to is me. You know, so you get all these screens, and there's like I'm looking at the person in each screen. So anyway, so go on.
So I was sending you that question earlier about the Chemours DC.
Oh, yeah. Let me pull that one up. Hold on again. Hold on. Let me get rid of that. Get back to where you once belong. Get back, JoJo. Your mama's. Ooh, I love that look of that chart. That is so pretty.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And so I tried to sell a covered call today because it looks so good, right? And so I tried to sell one at 18, the strike price 18, which was it was trading at like 18.50 or somewhere around in there. So it was one under, and it didn't fill. And I was just curious, in your infinite wisdom, if you could see or understood what was going on the other side and why it wasn't connecting.
All right. So there's a couple of ways of looking at this. Number one, hindsight's 2020, so it's easy to make the call. But what are your traditions? What are your rituals? What is your process? How do you do what you do? Okay, once you outline what you are doing, then you know where to jump in. It's all right, we need to fix this. So where am I going with that? Oh, good question. Don't get old. What was the question again?
The question was, I was wondering if I could try and recreate the time period with you, and if you could look at it and say, like,
why didn't it fill? Okay, so
this is why it didn't fill, because
before I forget, let me get this out. Right. So when you're making an order, right? Number one, I haven't seen the orders, haven't seen the whole thing, so I haven't seen the mechanics of it. But from what you're saying, once you buy the stock and you try to sell the option against it, when you create the bid and the ask, are you doing a limit order or are you doing a market order?
I guess on this one, I went to the spread covered calls, clicked it, and I guess it would have been a limit order, yeah.
Yeah. So limit order is basically saying, this is all I want to pay and I'll pay no more. I don't care what the flashy little postcards look like. I don't care. This is all I want to pay. That's what it is. This is all I want to pay. If it doesn't hit that number, then it doesn't hit that number. There's a difference between a market order, which I like to call an American order, okay? Because give it to me now. I don't care what the price is. I call that the American order. I want it now. I don't care what it costs. Because that's my attitude when I buy stuff. Because I have a predetermined outcome for every trade that I make. Does it always work? No, but most of the time it does. I think I got 2 losses this year, and we're into July. Okay, I'm not looking for a lot, just 1% every week. Does it make sense or does it not? Do the numbers work or do they not? It either makes sense or it doesn't. Okay, don't get emotional about a company. Don't get me wrong, I have no intention of insulting anybody at any company. Just the numbers are what the numbers are. Okay, it's either increasing or it's decreasing. It's either good or it's bad. It either fits or it doesn't. Anyway, did that answer that question?
Yeah. So I could see how the limit order would keep that from happening. That didn't happen to me previously, so I don't know if there was like too much buying pressure or something that was just not letting it wiggle down.
Okay.
Or what?
Now, technically, that sounds like you're sticking it into a brown envelope with actually looking at what's on the inside of it. What's on the inside of it is a person called the market maker. Now, the market maker gets paid for every single stock he buys and he sells. It's a financial decision for him. Okay, now, don't take this as an insult or anything, but he doesn't really give a shit about you. You're just a number on the screen. To him, it's like, am I making money off of this or not? Why would I buy it at this price? I can buy it for this price. So you may have yours set at $18.24, and I could have mine set at $18.23. He's going to take mine over yours any day of the week because it's not that 1 penny. It's how many shares are there, and what does that equate to in dollars and cents? So when you say support resistance, it sounds lovely, but it's not reality because behind that is an actual person there actually making those orders, taking those orders, and fulfilling them. It's a person. It's not a computer. Okay, when it's a person, the market maker, you're buying, you're selling, and if you set that price too high, limit order, he doesn't have to fill it if he doesn't want to. It's pure economics. Why would I buy yours when I can buy someone else's cheaper? That's probably what, and that's just my hypothetical, situation. If it was me, if it was a limit order, I want the lower one. You see what I'm saying? It's a numbers game.
I do see what you're saying.
Yeah. So in your head, think of it this way. Now, it also then depends on where you are. See, I'm retired, so I don't like taking risks. Okay? So if you take a look at what you're investing, not just the money, the time to learn and to educate yourself on what you're doing, the time and effort you're putting into that, the rewards have to be what? That's a question that you need to answer. If you're looking for high rewards, well, this strategy is not for you. This is only like 1% a week. It's slow, it's boring, but it's consistent and it's predictable. And 5 or 10 minutes a week, oh, hell yeah, for me. I'm lazy. Seriously, I am. You know, I peek over what's his name, Warren Buffett's shoulder. What are you buying, Warren? Okay, great. Let's take a look at those. You know, I don't want to put that much time and effort into it. I put in 5 decades. Okay, I want to look for the shortcut. Sorry, it is what it is. This company's doing great, which that chart does look pretty, man. It does. It's like, I have no money this week because all my money's already invested because today's Wednesday. Anyway, but that looks like it might be a possibility for next week.
And the other question, when I was looking at that chart from the year, even though it's going up right now, it's got those 3 bars going up, it's still trending downward. I don't know, that...
All right, wait a minute.
Do you even care about that kind of stuff?
Okay, here's a question for you. All right, let's see if I can do this way. All right, now, see if you can follow along. It might get a little confusing. This picture is worth 1,000 words. Number one, it's a 1-year chart. It's also 365 days. It's also all of the months. It's also all of the weeks. It's also all of the days. Depending on how much you want to compartmentalize the information. Oh, great, lovely, wonderful. Fuck, I forgot where I was going with this conversation. Shit, don't get hold. Do the numbers work? Yes or no? Does it make sense? Yes or no? That's the only questions I come up with. It either makes sense, I either like the company, and to ask yourself, are they consistently profitable? If I buy it at 28 and you buy it at 10, okay, and the dividend is 10 cents, and we both have 1,000 and we're both getting $100, just because you bought it here and I bought it here doesn't change the dividend at all. Do I rely on the dividends or the contracts in which I can sell? Remember, I'm creating a weekly cash flowing asset. Do I like the company? And if I do, well, great. Do I want 10 of these contracts? Well, great. What's my rate of return? How safe do I feel with this company? But as you can see, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up. So am I looking at the whole year? Or am I just looking for these 5 days? This is what it did last week. This is what it did the week before. Once you start compartmentalizing smaller and smaller time frames, the vision gets clearer and clearer. Well, let me get rid of this. The vision gets clearer and clearer. Down, up, down, up. It's clear to see, and it's going up. And I'm only getting into it for 5 days. So it's a different vision that I'm seeing than what you're seeing. If you're looking at the full year, how is it performing for the whole year? Well, yeah, you're right about that. But I don't live 1 year at a time. I live 1 week at a time. And I can control my money for 1 week with a weekly option. I buy it on a Monday. I like to get out on a Friday. Does it make sense for right here, right now? Do you understand what I mean? History.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. So then that brings up the question of, I mean, this is very hypothetical.
Go ahead.
But let's say you were looking at this company, and on the year it's trending down.
All right, hold on. Let me back it up because that's exactly what this is doing.
And then, but on the week, it's going upwards.
Well, wait a minute. Let me get rid of this.
All right.
That way people can see it clearer. All right, so we're talking about this still. It's trending down, but for the
I'm just trying to understand the logic a little bit better.
all right.
So
Here's the question.
Down.
All right, wait a minute. Here's the question I have for you. All right. The top was 90 days ago. That was 3 months ago. She drops down. She shoots up 2 weeks ago. Is 2 weeks have more of an influence than 90 days? Because 2 weeks would give me a better idea of what's happening this week and next week. But 90 days, as you can clearly see, it's like dropping. You're looking at things differently at 26 than you're looking at 20. It's a different view depending on where you are. And that's always going to be the question. In context, what does this mean? So if you bought up here and now it's down here, well, you still have the same number of shares. You still get the same number of dividends.
Yes. But I guess what I'm saying is, so if you look at it right now, it's at like 1824.
Yeah.
And then if you go back about a week, I'm just estimating that's that next peak, so it's about 2250. So that's like a $4 difference.
Yeah.
So if you go to the trade window,
yeah,
and then you go down in price by $4, so like say we're at 18 and it goes down $4 again, then we're down in the $14.
Yeah.
And when I personally, I don't know if this is the right way, but I have the columns set to volume and open interest.
Yeah.
And it shows that there's no volume at that price level.
Okay, hold on. Let me change it. Hold on. Volume, implied volatility. No, volume. Where is it? Volume and open interest. There we go. Yeah, I got it. So what number are you looking at the money?
Yeah, well, I was saying if you go down in price from 18 to 14,
yeah,
it's like, in this case, there's a little bit more, but there's lots, there's like a not applicable.
Yeah.
And so if the price drops, now I have $4, and I were to get filled, I'm now $4 underneath where I purchased it at, and so I would lose $400. So I would have to collect like 10 weeks worth of premium in order to equal that amount of loss. And I don't know. I just, if I'm understanding it right.
Okay. Can I interject now for a second or two?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Okay. Number one, you're forgetting rule number one. Rule number one is never ever buy anything you're not 100% sure you want to own. So whether it goes up or whether it goes down should be totally irrelevant. You either like the company or you don't. You're thinking it as I'm lost for words because you're thinking it's going up or down, depending on how you look at it. I look at it as a cash producing asset. Do I want to put 10, 5, 15, 20, $100,000 of my money into this? And if so, how many shares am I controlling? Hence, how many contracts can I sell every single week? I'm not looking at the price of the stock going up and down. I could care less about that. I want it per share rate of return. So if I'm buying it at 18.24 and I'm selling the 18s and it gives me 2%, it is a 2% value of my money, regardless of how many shares I buy or what the price is. At this moment in time, it's giving me 2%. Well, great. What does it look like it's going to do by Friday? So if by Friday, because Monday's here, Tuesday's there, Wednesday's here, by Friday, it's not guaranteed, but it looks like it might hit 1860. It looks that way. It's not guaranteed.
Right.
But if I believe in the company, then I buy it for the ownership of the contract I can sell on a weekly basis. I don't care. This is me now. I don't care if the value goes up or down, up or down. Okay, I bought a stock once
Right.
at 50 and I still owned it at 7. It dropped like 85%. I don't care because I like the company. The dividends kept increasing and I still controlled the same amount of shares. And then,
Right.
and then you got to the point of taking a loss. Well, here's the thing about losses. They're not a loss until you agree to take them. Let me look at it this way. It's your account. It's your money. If you look at your money every single day, kind of like a cat, a dog, a bird, a fish, a garden, a tulip, whatever, something you can commit to on a daily basis, 5 or 10 minutes. Can you look at your money 5 minutes a day? What did I buy it for? What did I sell? Where is it? Where's it going? What should I do? If you do that every day for 5 or 10 minutes, that's less than an hour a week. So you either like the company, number one, okay? Number two, you implement the strategy. And it goes back to number one again, if you like the company. So if you like it, the price shouldn't matter. It's a safe company if you think it's a safe company. Because there's always going to be people say yes, and there's always going to be people saying no. The decision you make is the decision you make because you're on a different journey than everybody else. If it makes sense to you, well, great. Is that the sandbox you want to play in?
Yes. I agree with what you're saying. I'm on board. I just am a little confused. I completely agree with what you're saying with rule number one, where you buy something that you want to hold forever. But if it were to drop and then it got called away...
Wait. See, if it got called away, it's your own damn fault. I hate to be... wait a minute. I hate to be blunt. You're an adult. You know the consequences. If you look at your stock every day, you have a very, very, very good idea of what's happening. If you set alert when there needs one to be placed, it's your responsibility to take care of it. So if you take a loss, it is a conscious decision to take that loss.
So we're assuming that I can buy back my position for less money than I collected in premium for selling it.
That's not what I said.
Well, because I'm trying to understand, because that way I would keep the shares, right?
You keep the shares, you keep collecting the dividends.
I bought back the position.
Yeah.
But if it costs me more to buy back the position than it costs for me to sell, then the premium I collected in selling the position, then I would have lost money during that period.
I hear what you're saying. I agree with you 100%, but you're missing one huge major component.
Okay.
That's you. You're responsible for your position. If you buy it at 18.20, oh, get rid of this crap. If you buy it at 18.24 and you sell some of the rights to buy it from you at 18, this is what you're collecting this week. Well, if you bought the company, then you must say, well, I like the company regardless of what happens to it. If it goes up, great. If it goes down, who cares? You never buy something you don't want to hold, and price should never, ever, ever matter. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I completely understand what you're saying.
Okay, but I'm saying it's your responsibility. If you set a price below what you paid for it, that's a you decision. If the stock bounces, which you have no control over, and you get called out because you didn't pay attention to the alerts that you should have set, it always comes back to the common denominator of you. You're responsible to take a look at your position and does it make sense to you? Am I okay with the consequences of playing this 4 green houses, 1 red hotel, round and round, pass go, collect $200 game? Because it's a game. Once you learn the rules of the game, you need to step up and take responsibility for the choices or lack thereof choices that you've done or not done. Does that make sense?
Yeah. All right. So then the next question would be, in your personal experience doing this, do you sell premium? Do you sell calls for premium on stock that you own for a strike price under the price that you purchased it for?
All the time.
And how often does it get called away from you?
Never. I look at my account twice a day. If something looks a little sketchy, I set an alert, and I carry that stupid damn phone with me everywhere.
Okay. What techniques do you use to get yourself out of that position when your phone buzzes?
Okay, so I'm going to quote the great John F. Kennedy. Are you ready? We cannot answer the questions of tomorrow with the information we possess today. So asking me what would I do at 3:50 p.m. on Friday afternoon, it's a total different picture that I'm seeing at this moment in time. So it's hard to tell you what I would do. I'm always looking at the 5 questions. What did I buy? What did I sell? Where is it right now? Where does it look where it's going? Those 4 questions never ever change. There's solid answers for all 4. Question number 5, what do I do, can only be answered when the information is in front of you and you know what it is you're looking at, what the consequences of those actions are. And then you put on your little adult panties and say, all right, time to make an adult decision. It's either yes or it's a no. It always comes down to that. The numbers make sense or they don't.
Can you think of a time in the past when you have come across a situation like that?
All the time.
And what did you do in a past example?
Well, sometimes I buy the option back and I push it forward for a credit. So if I buy it back for, let's say I sell it for $1, I buy it back for $1.50, I will turn around and I'll sell a strike price that will give me $1.60 or $1.80. So I'm never ever losing any money. That makes sense? I roll it forward. And then I either roll it up, I roll it down, or I roll it out. Whatever makes financial sense for me at that time. These are questions you always got to ask yourself. What makes sense right here, right now? Because tomorrow's a different day. Tomorrow's going to be a different answer. What's the right answer right here, right now? Make the decision. Next.
Got it.
Okay. Brother, it's only money. I've never seen a hearse go by with a U-Haul. You do know what that means, right? Right? You do know what that means, right? I've never seen a hearse go by with a U-Haul.
No. What does that mean?
You ain't taking it with you. Enjoy it while you're here is what it means. It's only money. Money comes, money goes. Enjoy it while you're here. You're not taking it with you. It means live a little. Enjoy life.
Okay. So, if the position has moved against you like that, have you ever in the past tried a repair trade?
Yep.
Or a back ratio?
No, I haven't thrown a back ratio in. I'd always push it out extra months.
Okay.
Yeah, so if it didn't work and I had to I'll give you a perfect example. Remember an old Trumpy boy says tariffs?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I got 3 margin calls that week. And one of them was so bad, I had to push a call option out 6 months and get a huge premium in order to cover that margin call. I don't like doing that, but that was the situation I was in. So it made sense at that moment, at that time. Do I come up with all this cash for the margin call, or do I sell a 6-month premium on a stock I already okay owning and collecting the dividends?
Okay. Wow, that's crazy.
I got some crazy shit. I've been here for 30 years, so I've been doing a lot of weird stuff. So let me let you go. Let me finish up because it's past my bedtime.
All right, well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Have a good night.
You too.
Wow, that was a long conversation. Good conversation, though. Good quality questions. All right, so what do we got? What? You seem backwards. Isn't that terrible? I already feel very thankful. All right, thank you. What do we have here? All right, hello. Hertz doesn't have dividends. Yes, Alexandra, I'm well aware of that. Okay? So there's always some things that, rules are made. Rules are made to be broken. Not everything is black and white. You got to give a little 10% of sway room. All right, but you do have to come up with a percentage. Once you come up with a percentage of sway room, like 80% conservative and 20%, a little risky. Have to have a little bit of spice in life. All right, anyway, Simo, what's going on? Jeffrey, how you doing? Family lover, please. I have no idea what we're talking about. Please. Okay. A-I-O. Is that what? No, that's someone else. What are we looking at? Sitting in the moment. Do I support institutional trading accounts? I have no idea what that means. All right, we did MOS. Wait, it's past 10 o'clock. What's my strategy? We already went through that one. Thank you. All right. We'll take a look at some of these tomorrow. What site am I using? I use Think or Swim, which is from Charles Schwab, and I also use Yahoo Finance. I like it's simple, it's easy to use once you understand where everything is. Family Lover, NVYY. We'll take a look at tomorrow. Uh-oh, low battery. Why is that low battery? All right, whatever. All right, so we're going to call it a night. Do I have any interesting questions? No, choose your own platform. Choose wisely, like a common one. Yeah, something like that. James, he doesn't understand that you can roll it to the next week so you don't lose. Oh, he doesn't understand that. Darn it. All right. Tree, good night. You got it. Austin, we'll take a look at that tomorrow. Brian, look at BE for next week. Okay, we'll take a look at it next week. Tomorrow. ONDS. Tomorrow. All right. No, James, thanks. Carnival Cruise Line. Ooh, okay. Thanks. You said a lot for people who understand. Yeah, hopefully that's good. Michael, how you doing? Casey, what's going on, Casey? I'm just checking out for the night. That's it. You guys have a great night. See you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. For those of you who understand what that means, see it all tomorrow. Tomorrow. What are we doing? Right there. No. There we go.
Dream in stars and dive into the deep, fixing the world while the rest of us sleep. Your heart set on giving, no matter the strain, building your legacy through love and brain. Julie knows that fire in your soul, the kind that lifts the broken whole. James, you reach the skies no one dares. In your hands the future's caught unawares. That's to know what the hell were you thinking. You laugh as the yacht keeps the daylight blinking. Every day's a quest, not some disguise. With James in the storm, the dream never dies. Retired, you say, with a wink and a grin, but the podcast